speaking of people hating on roles,
What else is
so you know how they were the other week. People were mad because Jafar Jackson doesn't look like Michael Jackson rose from the grave. This week Dave dogpiled on the young actress that's playing Moana. Um, they're mad because her hair is straightened and they're comparing it to a younger headshot that she has, saying like, "Oh my, they could have. Why didn't they leave her hair normal? Yada yada." Threads is like a cesspool of negativity, and it just keep. I've uninstalled Threads off my phone at least 5 times within the past 2 weeks because it's nothing but literally nothing but negativity. It's either Trump or them hating on some movie or something that's coming out. And now y'all dogpiling on this girl because you're looking at a older headshot when she was visibly younger. So they didn't have to straighten her naturally curly hair. She looked more like Moana beforehand. I said, why does hair bother you? Why do these movies bother you so much? I don't get. It's Moana, dog. Who cares? Talking about some you could. Yeah, who asked for this? Clearly, the movie studio.
You're talking about why does hair bother people? These are the same people who complained about David Cornsweat's Clark Kent hair. Same people.
But yet they have no problem with Henry having a receding hairline in some shots. You bring that up, they get mad.
Yep,
I don't get
it. It's very simple. They don't bring stuff up that doesn't fit their narrative. Simple as that.
He's their glorious king.
But like you're getting mad at a girl for talking about she doesn't even look like she looks more white. Well, her mom is white, but her dad is Samoan. Again, why does that bother you? She's playing Moana. Talking about the movie looks AI generated.
What will be interesting?
These are the same people. These are the same people who don't know the difference between AI and CGI. You won't imagine the amount of arguments that I got in, and they were really one-sided because the people are idiots. The week the Michael trailer came out, talking about oh my god, they AI'd his nose in some shots. No, it's a difference between AI and putting CGI over established prosthetics. Learn the difference between AI and CGI, and then you have the weirdos who are on the side of they just should have used AI for the Michael movie.
You can't use AI for the Michael movie. No.
Everything you just said, apply that to the pictures from Legend of Zelda. Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my
god.
All right. They're so annoying, bro. They're so
Lance went on a rant. Philip's about to engage in a rant.
Take it away, Phil. Take it away.
I saw some dumb shit who works for Nintendo fucking bitch and moan. Ready for this, guys? Because it's going to be Man of Steel 2013 all over again about the motherfucking color palette of these photos. I'm like,
what?
I'm like, let me get this straight. You're concerned about a movie because you saw 3 images about a film being made and shot right now that you're not part of the production of. I was like, wow, holy shit. Another armchair executive giving his expert opinion. Wow, I'm so fucking shocked. And then this dumb shit had the balls to be like, yeah, I am a fucking expert. And shows homeboy with fucking video walking into Nintendo. I'm like, that's great, dumbass. I don't fucking care where you work. Matter of fact, if Nintendo saw you talking shit about this movie, they would probably can your stupid ass. But I digress, because in the fucking world that we live in, you are entitled to your dumbass opinion. So, when I saw this moron just going on about the fucking color grading of images for these movies and saying things like, this doesn't look like Link, this doesn't look like Zelda, I'm like, are you fucking blind? Are you dumb? Which version of Link and Zelda are you fucking referring to? Which one did you want? Because let me tell you something. There have been, I don't know, since 1987, a fuck ton of Link and Zelda. And you want to sit here and get mad because these two don't look fucking pixelated or bright? Brother, get your fucking eyes checked. I beg of you. Oh my God. Look at the Sonic movie. Look at Mario. Look at how different these fucking movies are trying to be. You're going to sit here and get mad about Zelda and Link not looking fucking 3D? Eat my fucking shit, you cum guzzling dumb prick. Oh my god. People are so fucking stupid online. They're so dumb. They're just fucking stupid. They're like, why doesn't Zelda look like the one from Twilight Princess? Why the fuck doesn't Link look like Link from Skyward Sword? I'm like, because we're doing a live action take on these fucking characters.
Oh, let's
Why
not
is that
forget.
so difficult to comprehend?
Let's not forget the people who don't know the difference between Link and Zelda in the first place.
Oh my god!
Ugh.
And
And
the
also,
fact that there's still so many people like that is blowing my mind.
but don't worry, guys. Everybody on Twitter, everybody on social media, they are color mixer expertise. They work on films. They know how to mix color coding. Like, don't worry about it. Even this Nintendo guy, he knows everything about color coding. He doesn't know that, like, oh, by the way, they're just starting to shoot. There's still about a year and a half and change, maybe 2 years of production and then post production where they can pivot, switch stuff around deliberately or by subconscious or by feedback going out. Like, I see that, and I was just like, again, as someone who just recently got into Zelda a few years ago because I didn't grow up on it, although I knew about it, I was like, so far so good. Feels visually feels right. Let's see how the rest of the world looks and see how this movie goes about. Because and you know, I think I was talking to Eric about it. I was like, listen, my concern is like I don't want this to be a step back in terms of adaptations. I don't care about the coloring right now. That you can fix. You can work on that later. Right now, it's like keep the momentum that Fallout, that Last of Us, that Castlevania, that Arcane, that Cyberpunk are putting out. Don't step back because then that's not helping the video game community.
No, and to everybody complaining about the face renders too, on to Phil's earlier point where he was talking about, them complaining about the way their faces look. It's almost as if the movie is fucking live action, so they're not going to have pixelated faces for one thing, and you have all these different versions that say, why doesn't it look like Zelda from this or Link from this, whatever the hell you want to insert in there. They're mix and matching from all these different portrayals and kind of giving you the best of everything, yet you still want to fucking complain because you look at both Link and Zelda there. That is Zelda ripped almost beat for beat out of Breath of the Wild. Link pretty close to that too, and you want to think that they're not, paying attention to all these different versions of source material. These go back to the original Nintendo. That's what, 6 console generations back at this point. There's so much that they can pull from, and I
years worth of
love.
material.
I love the thing that Miyamoto put out where they're saying like, "Hey, we're working on this movie. We appreciate your guys' patience." I love how he was such a class act in that response because there are people that are a bunch of dumb assholes online that act like they're entitled, like they deserve fucking everything. The fact that we're even getting this, some of us have probably wanted it for years. Just accept what's there and stop bitching and moaning because it's not the way you want it. There's a good reason why those entitled fans aren't the ones making these products.
And this is being made by the guy who did the last Planet of the Apes film. And after having watched that, I would be totally fine if the plot of this movie resembles something of the first Zelda game, but visually it looks like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I'd be totally fine with that.
And if you want to do like the darker tone of Twilight Princess, sure.
Or like if you want to make Ganon look like Ganon from, Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time, whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, have like the fucking shadow, what the hell are they called? Those little like beasts with like the predator faces. What are they called? In the Shadow Realm, I forget the name of them, but like the enemies that he goes up against. Name's escaping me at the moment, but if you want to do some of that aesthetic, that's there for you to do. And we saw the look of Link and Zelda. I'm curious to see what Hyrule looks like. I want to see more of that.
And I think people like forget that like you can like mix and match from different titles in the property, as long as like if you're not adapting a story that you're just pulling from the stuff just for the sake of like, oh, remember that from that game? Like if it's a palette of stuff you want to introduce that people know what the world is, you have that play. It's like the big example I heard because I haven't played the games is Fallout. They were teasing stuff from the later games in that first season. And I remember at one point a relative was like, I would not be surprised if what's his name from Twin Peaks start heading to Vegas. And then lo and behold, by the time look at the teaser, the trailer right now, they're heading to Vegas, which is leading up to the game and whatnot. And it's like you can do that with these games. Castlevania, if I'm not mistaken, it started off with Trevor Belmont, who's like either is an original character or it's from later down the game. But it's not the original character from the first Castlevania and whatnot. It's like it's open to that. Like, and
here's the thing.
Finally, after all these years, they're getting an adaptation.
Here's the thing about Zelda to keep in mind, and I think a lot of the fans really get lost in this because they try and like make a timeline out of it. Here's the thing about Zelda: a lot of fans truly get lost on. It's not about Link. It's not about Ganon. It's not about Zelda. Like, yes, that's what the franchise is called. Sure, don't get me wrong, but the inherent idea, the core value that keeps this franchise alive, is the reoccurring theme of the hero of time battling the force of evil, Ganon. Courage, wisdom, power. Like that is all Legend of Zelda has always been about every single time. It is a new cycle every single time. The only difference is when it comes to Ocarina of Time, the timeline splits 3 different ways, dependent on your choices as Link in that game, and also dependent on the outcome of whether or not you live or die fighting Ganondorf. That said, there's a fucking Bible and a timeline and a whole plethora of shit for them to choose from. Whatever they decide to do, I'm fine with.
Yeah, I would honestly encourage people, if they haven't read it, to go check out that Hyrule Historia book. Is that what it's called? Yep. Give that a read. It's great material.
Because it starts with the very first game, then there's a few more going through the Super Nintendo era, the Game Boy era, NES era, Link to the Past, and then Ocarina of Time. And then once Ocarina of Time happens, there's 3 other timelines, and then way down at the fucking end of the timeline is fucking Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
What is going to be interesting is going to be for me is the trailer, not the shots. I think trailer is going to be interesting because Photoshop is taken. Sorry, the photo is taken. It can have a color gradient, whatever, right? But it's not about that. It's the trailer that matters. That's going to be the focal point. What trailer, and whether or not the trailer is going to be